welcome you to another wonderful time on Tin Solution. Um, it's been hoping to make some videos in the past, but I made them actually, but we didn't have time to do the posting because of I felt there is a message I need to introduce to our audience today before we start analyzing some other things. So today we just want to focus on the general problems or general challenges that teens face. What are the things that are peculiar to youths all over the world, and wherever you are, they are basically the same thing. I'm just going to be listing 5. There are just 5 I'm going to be listing. I believe there are others, but they fall into these ones we'll be mentioning. So let's dive straight into it. Number 1, what are the challenges that or problems that are peculiar to us as young people? Number 1 is identifying ourselves or accepting ourselves the way God made us or the way we are. Okay, accepting oneself the way God made you. You know, sometimes people don't get that self-acceptance. Sometimes people wish I had a more pointed nose. I wish I was fairer. I wish I was darker. You know, I wish I was born into so and so family. For us in Nigeria, a lot of people hope that I wish I was born in the US. I wish I was born in Europe. I wish I was born in France. Even some youth start saying here in Africa, oh, I wish my grandparents were part of those that were taken in the slave trade over to Europe. Okay, because they don't accept oneself the way God made them. So that's one of the challenges we face as young people, accepting oneself the way God made us. The second thing is conflict with parents. Okay, conflict with parents. That applies to everyone. I don't think the reason why you have conflict with your parents is because you have bad parents. Even though those who have the best of parents still have conflict with parents. And one of the reasons for that is one of my mentors explained it this way. He said it this way. It's like one of the things that brings this conflict is that parents see their 12 or 13-year-old child as a 6-year-old. So they treat that 14-year-old child as a 6-year-old. And that 14-year-old child sees himself as someone who is 22. I want to start taking decisions of someone who is 24 or 22, not understanding he is still 16. So there is conflict on both ends. The parents treat the child younger than he thinks he is, and the child wants to make decisions that are far way above him. Okay, so that's one of the things that brings some of these conflicts with parents. I'm going to be giving you some things on why this comes about in our later videos. This is just an introduction to some of the challenges. And the third challenge that teens also face is peer pressure. Okay, peer pressure. What's that? It's just a feeling or a desire, okay, to be among a certain group. Okay, you know, as youths, we like to flow with the crowd. We like to flow with what is happening. We want to be the happening youth. We want to flow within the crowd and do what those we find around us are doing. And that can lead us to do sometimes things that are also not good, things that are not right. Okay, peer pressure. And the fourth one I'll also be talking about later on will be sexual temptations. This is a major area that we face. For guys, it's physical, and for ladies, it's mostly emotional. Can be physical too. So these are some of the challenges, and it's so troubling. It's so a minister again explained it this way. It said he usually asks God that why is it that this temptation comes up? I have to first of all let us know that that's normal, okay? It's not something wrong, it's not something sinful. Facing that is part of what we need to face growing up. Maybe I should leave this off here till our next video. And lastly, another challenge that we face as teens or as young people is coping with the difficulties in life challenges. Okay, sometimes coping with failures, coping with bereavements, you lost you are having a difficult time in life, probably maybe financial. We all have certain challenges, and sometimes as youth we find it difficult facing some of these challenges. So these are, I think these are the general problems we used to face. Of course, as you grow older, there are other challenges, but as young people, I think every other thing that we experience falls under this 5. So in our next video, we'll be talking about how do we deal with some of these challenges, how do we cope with some of these challenges. I always try to make my videos short, so I'm going to take a pause here, and then we're going to dive into some of these things in our next video. Okay, nice being with you today. See you next week. Team Solution.